Welcome to the 7th tutorial on living the Muslim life. We will look at Greater and Lesser Jihad, its origins, and why it's important for Muslims. Can you remember the difference between Greater and Lesser Jihad, and examples of each? Jihad means struggling or striving. Muslims recognize that life is full of many challenges and struggles. Jihad is mentioned in the Quran and in the Hadith. It is split into Greater Jihad, which means striving spiritually to resist evil within oneself. Lesser Jihad is striving physically to resist an evil in the world. Prophet Muhammad seemed to suggest that Greater Jihad is more important than lesser, when he told a follower that it was more important to take care of his family than it was to fight in the name of Islam. Greater Jihad is also known as Inner Jihad, and includes things like following the 5 pillars. It can be split into 3 categories. Firstly, striving with the soul, which means improving your character through things like prayer and fasting. Secondly, striving with the tongue, which means speaking the truth or telling others about Islam. Thirdly, striving with the pen, which means writing about or in defense of your beliefs. Many Muslims believe that they have to defend their land and faith when under attack. Prophet Muhammad sometimes fought against people who persecuted Muslims and tried to put a stop to Islam. This is known as striving with a sword. Lesser jihad is allowed if Muslims are being persecuted to an extreme level because of their beliefs, if their religious freedom is being taken away, if Islam needs to be defended from an attack, and if it's authorized by a Muslim leader. Lesser jihad can be fought as a last resort, when all other methods have been attempted. It must be fought to bring about peace. Innocent civilians cannot be harmed and places of worship for other religions cannot be destroyed. War must be avoided if it is likely to destroy crops, trees or animals. Some groups, like IS and Boko Haram, believe they have a duty to fight non-Muslims. They kidnap people, carry out suicide bombings and teach that anyone who dies doing this is a martyr and will go straight to Jannah. The vast majority of Muslims condemn the actions of these groups and say they have misinterpreted the teachings of Lesser Jihad. Nothing can justify terrorism and it has no place in Islam, which means peace. Jihad is important to Muslims because both Greater and Lesser were practiced by Prophet Muhammad and they believe they should follow his example. The Quran teaches about the need to resist evil in yourself and in society. Also, Allah is pleased with those who aim to improve themselves and to become better people. In the exam you might be asked to outline 3 Muslim beliefs about jihad, to explain why jihad is important to Muslims, or argue for and against Greater Jihad being more important than Lesser Jihad. In summary, jihad means to strive or struggle. There are 2 types, Greater and Lesser Jihad. Most Muslims believe Greater Jihad is more important than Lesser Jihad.